Welcome to KGS IAS English YouTube channel, where we are discussing most important economy topics for mains exam. Okay, these are the mains important topic and I hope I am audible and visible to all of you. फटाफट से मुझे बताइए मेरी आवाज आप सबको क्लियर है क्या? जल्दी से मुझे बताइए, am I audible and visible to all of you? Message fast, guys. Am I audible and visible to all? Yeah. Shiv Shankar, Abhishek, Gurprasad, am I am I audible to all of you? Then we will start our session regarding to mains strategy and themes for 2025. This is relevant even for those students who want to attempt in 2026. अगर आपका अटेम्प्ट 2026 में भी है तब भी आपके लिए ये बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट सीरीज है. So am I audible to all? Please message fast, then we will start the session. Okay. So let's start. So guys, this is our 10th lecture. I think we had discussed most important themes for UPSC mains GS paper 3. We started with Indian economy and issue related to mobilization of resource, growth, development, planning, unemployment. Then we also discuss about inclusive growth. Now today we will discuss about land reform. Yesterday also we talked about digitalization of land reform, and today's session is also on land reform. What is the impact of land reform on the socio-economic status? Land reform, agriculture, poverty, how these three are related. So today we will discuss land reform more in detail, and from tomorrow we will start with government budgeting. So shall we start the session? Are you all ready? Are you all ready, friends? We will start our session regarding to land reform and socio-economic condition. Now, it is very important that how land reform changed the socio-economic condition of our country. How land reform play an important role in changing the socio-economic condition of our country. So this is again in a very detailed sense. Let's start this session. Okay, let's begin this session. Now, land reform, first of all, we need to tell what is the importance of land reform. First of all, we need to tell what is the importance of land reform. So land reform in India aim to restructure the agrarian relation and provide justice to cultivators and provide justice to cultivators, that is small and marginal farmer, that is small and marginal farmers, that is small and marginal farmers. Land reform achieve major success in different parts of country, major success in different parts of the country, and in some states it is achieving great results, especially in West Bengal, Kerala, West Bengal, Kerala, Karnataka, and part of Maharashtra. Now, this is how we can start about the introduction. Like the topic is land reform and socio-economic condition. What is the topic? Topic is land reform and socio-economic condition. How land reform led to better socio-economic condition. How land reform led to better socio-economic condition. This is our topic. Now we start with land reform in India aim to restructure the agrarian relation and provide justice to cultivators, that is small and marginal farmers. Land reform achieved major success in different parts of country, and in some states it achieved great results, especially in West Bengal, Kerala, Karnataka and part of Maharashtra. So this is how we can start the major topic. And even if you want to write the introduction of any topic regarding to land reform, if you want to write the introduction, you can start like this as well. So while discussing these important themes, we are also discussing how to write the better answers. I hope you are getting it. So this is how you can start this part. Now, if we talk about what are the major land reforms, major land reforms in India, major land reforms in India. What are the major land reforms we see in India? The very first is abolition of intermediary. Abolition of intermediaries. Now this is very important. What happened under the permanent settlement system that was introduced by Britishers? Britishers introduced three systems regarding to land revenue. First is permanent settlement. Second is Rayyatwari system. And third is Mahalwari system. So under this permanent settlement, they are giving the land to the zamindars. And zamindars are the owners of the land. They hire the tenants who cultivate the land on behalf of zamindars. 1/11th share directly go to zamindar and 10/11th share go to Britishers. If a zamindar is not able to provide that much of revenue, then he can be kicked out. But what happened after the Britishers exit India? These zamindars become the owners of the land. And these zamindars have acres of land with them. And they are exploiting the poor peasants a lot. Now, as a result of that, most of the land belong to these zamindars and they are exploiting the peasants. Now, land reform post-independence, the first thing government of India had done is abolition of these intermediary. They are considered as a parasite class. So, under land reforms in India, the very first thing what they had done is end of these intermediaries. End of these intermediaries. They are considered as parasite class. They are considered as parasite class. The first thing they had done is abolition of intermediaries. Under land reform in India, at the end of these intermediaries, they are considered as parasite class, and surplus land is transferred to poor peasants. This is the first step they had done. Now, the second is tenancy reform. Now, what happened in this tenancy reform? Usually what happened when these tenants are working for the landlords, there is no stability regarding to the work. They can be anytime kicked off. They are giving less wages. Sometimes they are working for 12 to 13 hours. But there is no job security, no income security. They can be fired anytime. As well as they are doing so much of overtime as well. So under the tenancy reform, the tenants, the surplus land will given to these tenants as well, so that they will become the land owners. Apart from that, income stability, job security is also assured for them. That means a landlord cannot kicked without any reason to the tenants. So tenancy reform, what they have done, under the tenancy reform, under tenancy reform, tenants were given, tenants were given the right in land. They have income security, stability. They have income security, stability, as well as they are given protection regarding to their income security. So this is the second thing done by the post-independent leaders. Third came, very important, that is land ceiling. Land ceiling. As I told you before also, most of the landlords have surplus of lands with them. Now, as a result of that, a high sense of inequality persists in Indian economy. Now, if the land ceiling law cannot be made, then in that case, these landlords were become the so huge that it will generate so much of inequality in Indian context. So, under this land ceiling law, a particular farmer cannot possess, or a particular landlord cannot possess a land beyond a limit. And that limit is made according to the suitability of the soil. Like for fertile land, for semi-fertile land, for desertic areas, this land ceiling can be done. So land ceiling means to put the limit on the land, put the limit on the land that a landlord can possess. beyond that he need to surrender surplus land to the farmers, to the landless farmer, the landless people. That means beyond a limit, he cannot hold that land. So to put the limit on the land that a landlord can possess, beyond that he need to surrender surplus land to the landless people. This is regarding to land ceiling. Now the fourth one is consolidation of land. Consolidation of land. Now this is again very important. Consolidation of land means if a particular landlord or if a particular farmer or landowner has different setups of land. Like for example, this is a village. This is a village. Now he is having land. Now he is having a land like this. So under the consolidation of land, all these lands should be made integrated. All these lands should be made integrated. That means these four different corners of the land should be integrated into one area. So why it is being made? Because a farmer has to do lot of struggle. If he is having one land here, another is here, third is here, fourth is here, lot of labor cost, lot of transportation cost, as well as managing problem as well. So under the consolidation of land, the land of farmer should be consolidated so that there must be an ease, there must be an ease regarding to utilization of utilization of farmland. Means you should have a proper utilization of farmland. Otherwise, what will happen? The unnecessary cost of maintaining the land. So these are the four major land reforms done in context of post independence. I hope it is being clear to all of you. I hope it is being clear to all what all are the steps taken in this context. What all steps have taken post independence, after post independence, regarding to land reforms. Now, next is very important, that is what all what all are the achievements because of these things. Achievements regarding to land reforms. Achievement of these land reforms. What are the achievement of these land reform, or we can say how the socio-economic impact has transformed after this land reform. Socio-economic impact कैसे change हुआ? First of all, improvement of agriculture productivity along with better technology. Along with better technology. This is the very first thing. That is improvement of agriculture productivity along with better technology. With land reforms being done, consolidation of land being done, sealing of land is done, proper tenancy reforms, all this enhances the productivity with proper integration of technology that will generate the better results. Then, greater use of credit, greater use of credit and institutional support. Greater use of credit and institutional support. And institutional support. Greater use of credit and institutional support. Now, if a particular farmer has a proper documents regarding to land, and with that document, if he is able to take loan, and from those loans, he again enhances the overall productivity, and with the support of institutions like banks, financial institutions, and formalized banking system, he will generate the better results. He will generate the better results. So greater use of credit and institutional support also provide a kind of achievement in context of land reform. Then access to government schemes. Access to government scheme. Access to government scheme. What kind of access we have in context of government scheme? Like crop insurance, subsidies, MSP, PM Kisan. All these things are getting better because of that. Access to government schemes. Now, if a particular landowner has clear documentation that he is the landowner, the land belongs to him, all these things are there, that in that case he can have a better access to government scheme like crop insurance, like subsidies, MSP, PM Kisan, where 6,000 rupees will be given, where 6,000 rupees can be given. Then reduce in exploitation of labor. reduction in exploitation of labor. Earlier, what happened? Most of the tenants, most of the peasants, there is huge exploitation of them. Now, because of these land reform, there is reduction in exploitation of labor. There is reduction in exploitation of labor. There is reduction in exploitation of labor. Then, socio-economic impact on small and marginal farmers. Small and marginal farmers. Socio-economic impact on small and marginal farmers. Friends, just see it. Just a minute. Yeah. So, socio-economic impact on small and marginal farmer. Socio-economic impact on small and marginal farmers, that their living standard get improved. Their living standard get improved. Then apart from that, poverty reduction and better livelihood. Poverty reduction and better livelihood. Now, with they become the owners of the land, it also led to poverty reduction and better livelihood of the farmers, and better livelihood for the farmers. So these are the achievement of these land reforms. ये सारे land reforms के major achievement थे. These all are the major achievements of land reforms. Okay. Now, if we want to say what is the conclusion of these land reforms, or let's say we can say the way forward for these land reforms. Way forward of land reforms. What kind of way forwards we have? Way forward for land reforms. What are the way forwards we have? First of all, it reduced inequality. It reduced inequality. It will lead to reduction of inequality among the people. Second is empowered rural poor. Empowered rural poor. It empowered the rural poor people. Third, it boosts productivity in agriculture. It boosts productivity with respect to productivity in agriculture sector. Boost productivity in agriculture. And fourth, inclusive rural development. Inclusive rural development. So these are the major aspects which we talk about regarding to way forward for land reform. These all are the way forward for land reforms. I hope it is very much clear to you all now how land reforms transform the socio-economic impact with respect to the Indian economy. Is it clear to all of you, friends? I hope it is being clear to all of you how land reforms transform the socio-economic impact of our Indian society. Any doubt, any question in this? Any doubt, any question in this? So friends, we are starting our foundation batch from today onwards. I am starting this batch. This batch is starting from 10th of June. It is an English medium. And I am starting this batch from today evening at 6 p.m. The timing is 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. We are starting this foundation batch from 10th of June. This is an English medium. You all can join this batch. Okay, you all can join this batch if your attempt is in 2026 or if your attempt is in 2027. You can join this foundation batch. Okay, in this foundation batch we will complete all the prelims and mains syllabus. For more details, you can check the description. There is a mobile number in that. There is also a Telegram ID in that. You can call on that mobile number and ask for further details. Remember, we are starting this batch from today, 6 p.m. Daily 2.5 hour class, 6 to 8:30 p.m. Okay, I am starting it from this batch from today. So this is about the batch. Now, moving ahead, relationship between, sir, how to decrease income inequality in India by enhancing the by product more production, शिवशंकर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग बढ़ा के, प्रोडक्शन बढ़ा के, उसके अलावा जॉब्स क्रिएट करके, एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर को रिफॉर्म करके, स्किल बेस्ड चीजों को बढ़ा के, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बेहतर करके, ये वो तरीके हैं जिससे हम इनकम इनइक्वालिटी को कम कर सकते हैं. ओके, नाउ वी विल स्टार्ट विद रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन लैंड रिफॉर्म, एग्रीकल्चर एंड पॉवर्टी एलिमिनेशन. जस्ट अ सेकंड. Yes. So what is the relationship between land reform, agriculture productivity and poverty elimination? So first of all, let's discuss land reform and agriculture productivity relation. Land reform and agriculture productivity relation. What is the relationship between land reform and agriculture productivity? Let's discuss this only. Because today we will discuss this whole land reform in details, covering every prospect, and from tomorrow we are starting with government budgeting. So land reform and agriculture productivity. This is again very important how this is being used. So first of all, better use of land and labor. Better use of land and labor. So with proper land reforms, you can enhance the productivity and better utilization of land and labor. The labor you have, the land productivity you can enhance, that will lead to better utilization of land and labor. Then security of tenure. Security of tenure. As I told you, in tenancy reform, we have the security of tenure for the farmers. So if the security of tenure is there, it will lead to more investment in agriculture, which will enhance productivity. Which will enhance productivity. This will increase the productivity. Security of tenure. Third, if we talk about ownership incentives. Ownership incentives. Those who are the owners, they have better incentives with them. Like MSP, subsidies, government schemes, etc. Because they are the owner, they have the better ownership incentives like MSP, subsidies, government scheme. Then access to credit and technology. Access to credit and technology. They have better access to credit and technology also. Now they can form their farmer producers organization, FPOs. They form their self-help groups, and it is easy for them to access the credit and also to get the technological benefits also. Then land consolidation, reduce fragmentation of land. Land consolidation, reduce fragmentation of land. Fragmentation of land. And promote economies of scale. And promote economies of scale. So this is also how land reform enhances the agriculture productivity. That is better utilization of land and labor. Second, security of tenure, more investment in agriculture which will enhance the productivity. Thirdly, ownership incentives like MSP, subsidies, government schemes. Access to credit and technology. Land consolidation reduces the fragmentation of land and promote economies of scale. So these all, or we can say better awareness regarding to agriculture schemes. Regarding to agriculture schemes. all of them are resultant into enhancing the agriculture productivity through land reform. So this is how we can say land reform will lead to enhance the agriculture productivity. Now, this is the relationship we start about land reform and agriculture productivity. Now let's talk about how agriculture productivity will lead to poverty elimination. Agriculture productivity, agriculture productivity and poverty elimination. Agriculture productivity and poverty elimination. How they are related to each other. Matlab, how we enhances the agriculture productivity and how it will lead to poverty elimination. This is also very important. So if the productivity increases, obviously it will lead to have higher income, which led to more saving and investment, which led to more saving and investment. If we have higher income, then obviously we have more saving and investment. This will enhances the agriculture productivity and also promote these things. Then employment generation, through better marketing and processing, through better marketing and processing of agriculture. Employment generation through better marketing and processing of agriculture. Then food security, because of increasing agriculture productivity, the more agriculture productivity we have, the better the food security is. And food security also led to availability, accessibility, and affordability of food. So, first of all, higher income, which led to more saving and investment. Second, employment generation through better marketing and processing of agriculture. Third, food security because of increasing agriculture productivity. And the fourth one is multiplier effect. That support rural economy. Multiplier effect that support the rural economy. Now, if the productivity enhanced, then obviously the income of rural people will increase. That will lead to better demand of goods. So even in the rural areas, we have malls. In the rural areas, we have supermarkets that will support the rural economy, and it will have a multiplier effect like construction, retail, sector development. All these are the part of it. Then improve human development. Through health, education, and standard of living. Health, education, and standard of living. These all led to agriculture productivity and elimination of poverty. Okay? I hope it is being clear to all. Now, these are the prospects that we discuss regarding to agriculture productivity and land reform. We also discuss agriculture productivity, how it will lead to poverty elimination. Now, the next one is very important again. Challenges for implementing of agriculture reforms. challenges in implementing challenges in implementing agriculture reform. What are the challenges in implementing agriculture reform? What all are the major challenges are there in implementing agriculture reforms? Now, this is again very important because UPSC can ask question in that. First is lack of uniformity, lack of uniformity among the states. Now, there is uniformity lack of uniformity among the states as well. Some states had done exceptionally well things like West Bengal, Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra. But in some states, the land reforms are still at the nascent stage or not implemented properly. Then inadequate land records. This is again a major problem. Inadequate land records. The land records are still old and obsolete, not implemented properly, still in the paper form, still they are not being digitalized properly. So inadequate land record is again a major problem. Then third is exclusion of women's. Exclusion of women. Still, if you will see, there is a huge inequality persist between male and female here. So females or women's are excluded in the land reform process, and that also they don't have the ownership rights. So most of the time they are dominated by the male superiority regarding to agricultural decisions. Then Benami and proxy ownership. Benami and proxy ownership. Benami and proxy ownership. This is again very important. As I mentioned in land ceiling, that you cannot hold a land beyond a limit. So what the people had done, they made their servants, workers, the landowners, and do the fudgy signatures over there, fake signatures. So Benami and proxy ownership. This is again a problem. Then poor settlement planning. Poor settlement planning. Even we made this land consolidation proper, but still the settlement planning is their problem. Now suppose a farmer has 4 pieces of lands in different corners and all of them are fertile. Now you are doing land consolidation and giving him 2 more lands nearby to his land. Now that lands are less fertile, or that land fall on the road or nearby to a rail track. So poor settlement planning regarding to land consolidation is again a major challenge. Then political resistance. Some of the big landowners, landlords, they also become the ministers. So political resistance. They are doing all those practices which is favoring them or their families, but that is not being done for the overall welfare of the people. So political resistance is again a problem. Then judicial delays. Judicial delays. Sometimes the result regarding to ownership of land take years. As a result of that, again, justice delayed is justice denied. So judicial delays, they are also a kind of a problem there. Then apart from that, lack of formal setup. Still in India, if you will see, there is lack of formal setup regarding to land reforms. We are again using the informal setups where there is no creditability as such. So these are the major challenges associated in implementing agriculture reforms. These are the major challenges which were there, even they are exist today in implementing agriculture reforms. I hope it is being clear to all. I hope it is being clear to all. So what are the suggestions for this? What all suggestions we have? What are the suggestions we have in these land reforms? First is legal support for tenancy farmers. Legal support for tenancy farmers. We must have a legal support for these tenancy farmers. Then digitalize and update land record. Digitalize and update land records. We need to digitalize and update these land records. It is very much necessity. Then formal system. Then ensure women's must have land ownership right. Land ownership rights. Women's must have land ownership rights. Then strict enforcement of sealing laws. Strict enforcement of sealing laws. Whatever the land sealing laws. Then provide post distribution support. Under land consolidation. Under land consolidation. Whatever the land consolidation law we have, we need to have proper distribution support under land consolidation laws. Then apart from that, encourage cooperative or group farming. We need to promote or encourage cooperative or group farming through FPOs, through farmer producers organization. These are the suggestions that will lead to better land reforms. Any doubt, any confusion in these? कोई doubt, कोई सवाल, कोई question इसमें है तो please पूछ. Yes, friends. Any doubt, any confusion, any question in these? You can please ask. कोई डाउट, कोई सवाल, कोई क्वेश्चन अगर आपका है तो पूछ लीजिए जरूर से. यस, कोई डाउट, कोई सवाल, कोई क्वेश्चन किसी का? So these are the suggestions for land reforms. These are the suggestions for land reform. Friends, we had started our test series also for 2025 mains attemptees. Prelims result can be come anytime soon. So you must start with this test series as well. This test series was started from 8th of June. Total number of tests were 13. It is in offline, online mode both. Delhi, Patna and Prayagraj. If you are in Delhi or in Patna or in Prayagraj, you can attempt these tests. Or you can call on this number 9319293730 for further details. This is one of the must join test series for 2025 prelims cleared student. This is in online offline medium. So let's go ahead and talk about green revolution and evergreen revolution. This is the last topic regarding to land reforms. So what happened? In 1960s until 1980s, India's food security problem becomes so severe. Once considered as the golden sparrow, India is now considered as a bird without the wings. Now, when India produced lots of things, at that time, most foreigners considered India as the land of wealth. But after independence, and especially after facing the two wars, 62, even 3 wars, 62 war, 65 war and 71 war, India's food security is in very grave or in dangerous situation. Our population keep on increasing, but the agriculture productivity or food security is a major issue. So we are importing the wheat from America or from other countries. Now, as a result of that, India started the practice of green revolution with the usage of high yield variety seeds. MS Swaminathan, considered as the father of green revolution in context of India and in context of world, Norman Borlaug is considered as the originator of this green revolution. Now, MS Swaminathan realized this situation that food security need to be increased in India, especially regarding to wheat and rice. So this is in context of green revolution. We'll discuss in very fast form. During 1960s, during 1960s and 1980s, during 1960s and 80s, modern technology, including HYV seeds, use of chemical fertilizers, use of chemical fertilizers, use of chemical fertilizers. Apart from that, improved irrigation methods, improved irrigation methods through farm mechanization. Farm mechanization. This is how green revolution techniques can be made better. So during 1960s and 1980s, modern technology, including HYV seeds, use of chemical fertilizers, improved irrigation methods through farm mechanization, all led to the formation of green revolution. Now, what are the advantages of this green revolution? What are the advantages of these green revolution? What all advantages we have? First of all, increase food grain production. Increase food grain production. It enhances the grain production in India. It increases the food grain production in India. Reduce dependency on import. Reduce dependency on import. The dependency on import get reduced. Third, high rural income. High rural income. The income of the farmers enhances. Industrial growth. Industrial growth. Because these industries get the raw material from agriculture, and that will enhances the industrial growth. And foundation for food security. And foundation for food security. It become a foundation for food security. These are the major advantages of green revolution. These are the major advantages of green revolution. So first of all, it increases food grain production. Second, reduce dependency on import. High rural income. Fourth, industrial growth. And fifth, it is a foundation for food security. Now, these are the advantages of green revolution. Now, if we talk about the challenges of green revolution, they are huge. What are the challenges of green revolution? What all are the major challenges of this green revolution? Now, this is very important. Limited in few parts of India. Limited in few parts of India. Limited in few parts of India. That is Western UP, Punjab, and Haryana. Limited only in few parts of India. Second, only for rich farmers. Only for rich farmers. Because of high cost of HYV seed. High cost of HYV. HYV seeds are very costly. high yield variety seeds. Limited to wheat and rice only. Limited to wheat and rice only. It is limited to wheat and rice only, not for other crops. Then excessive use of chemicals, excessive use of chemical fertilizer led to led to led to unfertile land. Unfertile land. Problem of eutrophication. Problem of eutrophication. What is eutrophication? When you put so much of chemicals and fertilizers on the land, and because of excessive rainfall or because of rainfall or because of runoff, this fertilizers go into the nearby water bodies. It will reduces the oxygen in the water. Algal blooms will get developed and the water animals died because of that. Reduction in groundwater table. Reduction in groundwater table because of groundwater. Why? Because these HYV seeds need lots of water. Reduction in groundwater. Okay. Then apart from that, limited in few parts of India, only for rich farmers, limited to wheat and rice, excessive use of chemical fertilizers. Apart from that, health risk, monocropping. Most of the farmers start monocropping only. That is wheat or rice they are producing. Now, as a result of that, farm diversification is also not there. So there is less chances of more income and health risk also. Health risk also. Why we have health risk? Because these chemical fertilizers also create the problem of cancers in the humans. So these are the challenges of green revolution. These are the major challenges of green revolution. Okay. So this is about the challenge. Now, what is evergreen revolution? Evergreen revolution focuses on how to get rid of these challenges, how to take care of these challenges. So what is there in evergreen revolution? Evergreen revolution. Now, evergreen revolution want to get rid of these challenges of green revolution. First is agriculture, agroecological farming. Agroecological farming. We need to do that kind of farming which is ecological. That is agroecological farming. Then use of ICT in agriculture. Use of ICT in agriculture. Use of information, communication, and technology in agriculture, like precision farming. Like precision farming. You can adopt a technique called as precision farming also. Then water and soil conservation. Water and soil conservation. We must focus on how to conserve water, and soil conservation is again important. Climate resilient crops. Climate resilient crops. We need to produce those crops which are climate resilient. Okay. Then women and tribals inclusion. Women and tribal inclusion. We must include women's and tribals in overall prospects. And nutrition sensitive agriculture. Nutrition sensitive agriculture. We need to have that form of agriculture which is nutrition sensitive. So these are the major points associated with evergreen revolution, which is associated with evergreen revolution. Now, if suppose a question come, what is the difference between green revolution and evergreen revolution? What is the difference between green revolution and evergreen revolution? We also must know that. This basis. This is green revolution. evergreen. What is the major difference between green revolution and evergreen revolution? This is also very important, friends. First of all, method, or we can say focus. Focus is increasing the yield of wheat and rice. Increase yield of wheat and rice. This is the major focus here. Evergreen focuses on sustainable agriculture practices. Sustainable agriculture practice. Sustainable agriculture practice. Here the most important focus is sustainable agriculture practice. Then method HYV seeds and chemical fertilizer. HYV seeds and chemical fertilizers. Here we focus on organic farming and natural process. Organic farming and natural processes. Third, impact area. Impact area. That is selective. Western UP, Punjab and Haryana. Western UP, Punjab and Haryana. This is pan India, especially in tribal area. Especially in tribal area. Especially in tribal area. Then environment impact. Environment impact, high degradation. High degradation and reduction of water table. And reduction of water table. This is sustainable practice. This sustainable agriculture practice. Sustainable agriculture practice in this form. Then farmers coverage. Farmer coverage. Rich farmers. All type of farmers. All type of farmers. We have all type of farmers here. Rich, poor, any kind of farmer is there. Then nutrition. Nutrition. It is cereal based. Focus on calorie. Focus on calorie. That is wheat and rice. Focus on nutrition. Focus on nutrition. That is millet, jowar, millets and all these. So this is the difference between green revolution and evergreen revolution. This is the difference between green revolution and evergreen revolution. Friends, this series of mains topic wise is very important. If you will attend this series on a regular basis, and if you follow this series, you make your notes from this series, you will see even in your mains exam, this year's mains exam or next year's mains exam, you will see that most of the questions directly or indirectly being asked like that only. Okay. If you focus on this series on a very serious basis, I am assuring you, you will get a lot of confidence in economy, especially the mains part. Because if you will check the YouTube, most of the teachers that are teaching economy, they are covering the prelims topics only. Banking, monetary policy, fiscal policy, external sector. There is no as such videos that talk on detail about the main syllabus. And as I told you even before, economy's weightage in GS paper 3 is almost 100 to 120 marks. And that will create a difference in GS paper 3 score. So if you follow this series religiously, if you attend this series religiously, I will tell you, and if you cover these topics in detail by making notes from these, that will give you a very good result in your mains exam. Okay, so this is all from my side for today. I hope you all liked it. I hope you all enjoyed it. एनी अदर थिंग सर, आपसे पढ़ने के बाद और कुछ नहीं, देखिए करंट अफेयर्स तो पढ़ना ही है, उसके अलावा इन्हीं सब चीज़ों में करंट ऐड करते रहिए। कुछ कुछ और अच्छे सोर्सेज भी पढ़िए, जैसे योजना कुरुक्षेत्र है, या अगर हम देखें इकोनॉमिक सर्वे की कुछ चीज़ें हैं, न्यूज़पेपर का कुछ पार्ट है, वो आप ज़रूर देख सकते हैं शैलेंद्र। ठीक है, कोई और डाउट, कोई और सवाल, कोई और क्वेश्चन आपका? दिस इज ऑल फ्रॉम माई साइड, एंड इफ यू ऑल लाइक दिस क्लासेस, प्लीज मेंशन इन द कमेंट, please share, subscribe, please tell your friends as well about these. Thank you so much friends, that's all from my side. Bye bye, take care, मिलते हैं कल हम लोग